Hi, everybody. This is Par for the Discourse. Today is November 15th, 2020. I'm Nicole, coming to you from Madrid. And this is Erica, coming to you from Brooklyn. We've been doing this podcast since mid-March, going strong mid-November. So yeah, that's 7 months. No, is it? Or 8 months? Something like that. I can't do the math.
A long time.
A long time. We started doing it because we were in lockdown, and then we just kept it going kind of as a way to like document what we see and what we're thinking. We have time on our hands. So
In reflecting really quick, would your comment be that you are behaving better than most people you know?
Most people I know, or most people in general?
People in your world.
Most people I know, I think I only know what they tell me, but I think most people I know are behaving pretty well. But apparently not everyone, because we're still in the situation we're in.
I think looking back on how well you and I have behaved, I think especially this week, we got out a little bit this week, saw some people socially distanced and, just kind of getting a vibe. I feel like Ronnie and I have been behaving better than a lot of people who are just admitting how often they have been traveling, have been going and doing things. And
well, in that sense, yes. Like not necessarily people in my circle, but people I've heard of, and not my family, but others' families, just, acting like it's a normal thing. Oh, we went to the movies last night, and, tomorrow, anything goes attitude. I guess people are done with it, but.
Yeah, we saw some people yesterday, and we said Ronnie had only been into the city for the second time yesterday, and said, "Oh, you guys are really behaving."
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. I guess so. So anyway,
so
here
what's
we are in the middle of November.
Yeah, getting closer to the holiday season.
Yeah. You go ahead with your you had a topic.
Oh, I wanted to tell you that after the elections and all this corona stuff, I don't know what your habits are with your phone, like news feeds and things like that, but in the morning sometimes I'll like scroll through that, and it's all over the place. You've got like the political stuff, then you scroll down, and then it goes into like wellness and health, and then it goes in, all kinds of topics. So sometimes
what coming out.
What's that?
What movies are coming out?
Yeah. So sometimes you'd rather read that crap than stay at the top reading all the important news information. So I scrolled down to this one section, and it was a comedy section. And it was George Costanza was right. And I'm like, oh, I got to click on this. This is some bait right here. George Costanza was right. This name is taking off and is becoming popular. Right away, I knew what it was. Do you know what that was?
No, it sounds familiar, but I don't remember what the name was.
Remember when George is dating Susan, and I think Susan's cousin is in the hospital having a baby, and George is like, oh, I already have the name picked out for my kid. If we ever have a kid, it's going to be. She's like, what's that? He's like, 7. And the whole thing is about like how he wants to name his kid 7 because it was Mickey Mantle's number. Well, apparently
there's a whole other reason why people name. I know somebody that named their kids. I know 2 people.
Really?
Yeah. It's.
Go ahead.
I remember that now. Now I do remember that.
First name or middle name?
First name. It's the infinite number. What is it? It's a.
No, it's not luck.
No, it's not luck. It's like a I don't think it's religious, but it's like a
some numerology thing.
it's like the universal number. It can't be broken down or something, or I can't remember. Yes. Yeah, but I do know. Seven. Yep.
Yeah.
Erica's first child with on 3000 is named Seven. But I also we have a friend, their son is named Seven.
Oh my God, this is like bigger than I thought. I would never have thought you would say that. Okay, so you do know two people. Well, I laughed. It was like
Erica Badu are like this.
Hundreds of people naming their kids Seven, but it started getting me thinking about, like millennials that name their kids these weird things. I don't know. It's either millennials, I think, or
celebrities.
Celebrities, yeah. And they name them these like, there's always a story that goes with the name. They can never just be like, well, we like the name, North. No, they go, it's the highest point, infinity. There's always a story, that goes with it. Well, the apple, the forbidden fruit of our loins. Like, there's a whole, a whole story. It's like, no, you're just a pretentious dick. That's why you named your kid Apple or whatever it was.
Seven. Oh man, this is not a good. It's like the perfect number. The number 7 used by parents are good. That's not true.
Do you think I'm right? Do you think that that's like a millennial thing and a celebrity thing?
I don't know.
Like naming your kid, I don't know. Like
people want to be different, or when they try to spell a name different, like it's got a unique spelling, and then I don't know how to pronounce it.
But they like to say it for the story, I think. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we had a baby right born on Thanksgiving, and we decided to call it, cornucopia or something. We were going to go with Cornhusk, but we couldn't do that to him.
I love naming things. I wanted to, well, I told you the story about naming the plants, and then one of these bloggers said, don't start naming your plants because then you're going to be upset when they die, and you have to, it's not the end of the world when your plants die. But I had totally started naming all my plants, and I was like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't do that. That's weird, because I love giving plants names. But so I was watching some old podcasts that we've recorded. I was reminiscing this week. I had a very strange week. There was a lot of weird things that happened. But we did a section, a little in memoriam for a few people who had passed back in April. Bill Withers was one.
Mm-hmm. Kenny Rogers.
I
remember that episode. Yeah.
Yep.
Who else?
And I had written. So yeah, well, so I after we got off the phone or off the call last week, the news came in that Alex Trebek had passed, and also in the same week, Sean Connery, which reminds me of the SNL clip when when Will Ferrell played him, and
that was fantastic.
The mother's a whore. Not Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Who's the other guy?
I forgot who played him. Oh. I see the face.
Yeah. The guy who played Clinton.
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, you better look it up because I'm going to die if I can't remember. I see him in front of me. Yeah, he played Clinton. Chubbyish face, kind of. And that was great skit.
Daryl Hammond.
Yes.
It was like a Daryl Hammond. Oh, God. Funny fucking guy. And, okay, so those two people passed. Sean Connery, 90 years old. I had put up that photo that I sent to you on my Instagram, and somebody had reminded me of his, how he had, said in an interview how sometimes a wife needs to get hit or something. Like he had made some comment that was misogynistic or whatever. And, I guess way back then he had gotten canceled, this old man, Sean Connery. But the day he died, like, and I put the photo of him up, and somebody's like, just to remind you.
Yeah.
So awesome. Also, in the music world, we lost Eddie Van Halen and a bunch of drummers, Neil Peart and Ginger
Yes,
Baker.
that's right. God, they're
Shout
dropping
out to all
lines.
the drummers.
I think they just got sick of 2020, quite honestly.
Yeah.
What not a better time to check out?
Yeah. So, it made me think of, religious people, and how the lady in my neighborhood had said that she knew that Alex Trebek was gonna make it through this cancer, and she just God is, and it made me think, like, well, I wonder how she would just flip it that, well, it was time.
Oh yeah, of course. There's an explanation for it.
There's always an explanation for
Yeah.
her.
So you haven't run into that woman? You haven't?
No, but I was a little concerned about her last week. I was like, oh boy, if she was a Trump supporter, last Sunday was a bad day for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Double whammy.
Politics. Actually, she did tell me that day was who she was voting for. It was the one thing she didn't convey about her life.
Oh, she told you every other thing under the sun, down to her bowel movement schedule.
basically, yeah. So we, what else happened? Yeah, we got out yesterday. There was a female artist painting in the city, and when we got there, there was Martha Cooper was there. She's a famous female photographer, and so she brings the lift down, like a huge lift, brings it down to let Martha climb up and get into the lift. There's a crowd of people around, and I'm across the street with my camera, and I'm taking pictures because I was like excited that she was going to go up in the lift, and she fell as she was climbing up. I'm across the street. Everybody just got upset. Her camera smashed on the ground.
How high up was the fall?
She only had gotten a couple steps up, like she started climbing, and I think I looked at my photo. I think I have a photo of her missing the handle and started to fall. Like not too high up, but she was on the ground, and she's an older woman, and bunch of people flocked around, and I stood across the street. I just started crying because I was like, you want to just go and help and know what's.
Yeah, yeah.
But for like a second, it scared me because we just walked up there. We were just gotten there. I pulled my camera out, and she's on the ground. I was like, oh my gosh.
Jesus. How did you heard about it beforehand? You knew that everything was going down.
Been working on it all week, and then it rained a couple days, so I knew she'd still be out there on Saturday. So Ronnie was in the mood to go on a little adventure. So ran into a couple people that we hadn't seen in a long time. Like I said, I said, this is Ronnie's second time on the subway. And he go, oh, you guys are really being careful. I was, yeah, we are. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
see you next year. Cause I feel like, the weather was nice yesterday. I think that's maybe why people were getting out, because you feel like, it's going to start getting cold, and then that's it. Not that I'll go out when it's cold, but it was really a nice day yesterday. And I think we're going to lock it back down again for the winter. I think a little update on what's going on here. It hasn't been announced yet, but it seemed like everybody's assuming schools are going to
a friend
close
of mine.
on Monday.
That's what I heard.
I don't know if it's been announced yet. So.
Well, what are they waiting for?
Probably 8:00 tonight. I don't know.
I heard that too, though. Yeah. I don't know what the plan is, but well, it looks like things are getting worse over there. They're pretty bad here too, but I mean, Yeah, I don't think I'll be coming there next summer.
A friend of mine said, well, yeah, maybe it would be a good time to move to Europe. I was like, they're not letting you in. What are you talking?
It's bad here. Yeah.
But like they're not, you can't fly to Europe right now. They aren't going to let Americans in. Am I right? Or can you?
No, they can.
They can. Okay. I
Yeah.
didn't know like they
I'm
weren't letting.
sure that some countries have different quarantining policies or whatever, but you're allowed to.
What about Spain? Can I fly to Spain right now?
Yeah. It's ridiculous. You're allowed in, but we're kind of not allowed out. It's all about money. I mean, we want money. That's what it is.
Anybody me came there?
Sorry?
Would anyone like government monitor me for 2 weeks?
No.
That's what Howard was talking about in Australia. That's their protocol. If you come there, you're like somebody in the government puts you up in like a hotel and you stay there for 2 weeks and okay, now you're okay to go
Yeah.
what you're here for.
I mean, think about it. Most people can't do that for whatever reason. They're traveling, so they don't bother. I mean, you're not going to go somewhere, wait 2 weeks there, and then, you know what I mean?
But they looks like they're handling it. Their cases are better than anybody.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, this week has been a crappy, rainy week, but I got out and I did go. I was in the neighborhood of Lava Pies, which you know is like the center more or less, and it's a very big artist area. And for the past, I'm going to say 2 years. No, sorry, the past year, it's been hard to get into Tabacalera. It's not like they have weird hours or they don't follow their hours that they say they're open. You get there, they're like, no one's here to open it. The doors were all wide open when I walked past there, which I've never seen ever. Now, I've been living here 12 years. I've never seen that place with the door open where you could actually see through the.
Oh, like that courtyard there.
Yeah. No, not the courtyard, the very front door of the building. I never saw that before where you can see everything inside. So, and I was like, what are they inviting people in here? Because and a lot of places are closed now. So it made no sense that that place was open. But anyways, walking around the neighborhood because I got my hair cut. And
you did get it cut. Looks really nice.
Yeah.
But it's still curly.
Still curly. And he told me, he was like, what? When I walked in, because he's never seen me like this before. He's like, please don't ever straighten or flat iron your hair again. And I'm like, you don't think it's too wild? And he's like, no, that's what looks good. He's like, please leave it like that. I'm like, okay.
You just think it feels wild. It's not. It feels, It looks great. He cut it well.
So I was around there, saw the monkey, the monkey, I don't know who the artist is, but it's a gorilla. Sorry, not a monkey. A gorilla that
it's like 3D Bordolina.
Yeah, a lot of people not demolish it, but they paint it all on the side of it saying like, yeah, thanks to this monkey, the neighborhood's gentrified or something like that.
Oh, please. The artist who painted before there is even more famous. So that's
on the other side. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That's crazy. Bordolina, something like that. Yeah, his stuff is so cool. But it's all, what's cool about it, it's all like found object stuff and recycled.
It's a lot of like scrap metal and.
Yeah,
it's very cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I could pull it up real quick. I'll show it. That's not the one, but here's another one that.
Yes.
Is that the one though?
That's not the one, but I think you may have showed me that before.
And I was there right before. So you know what? Maybe the doors were open. Maybe there was like an artist painting inside that they needed to like open up.
No, because it's not only an art. Remember, I didn't even know that part existed until you told me, which was weird because I know the Tabacalera just for like, it's like a cultural center.
Yes.
So it could have been open for any reason, not just for like somebody painting there. It could have been, there's different rooms and different things going on the main floor.
There it is. I found it. Ready? That's it.
Yes,
right?
That's it. Yeah. Yep. That's where I was. So
cool.
yeah, and now I'm trying to finagle a deal here. I did a big spring cleaning today. Spring cleaning in the
That's what
fall.
we're doing today.
Violetta's room, I like literally took every single thing off her shelves and in her closet.
Spring cleaning, it's like fall cleaning.
I just said that, spring cleaning in the fall. The room looks 1,000 times better. But as I'm like going through there, I saw the book you gave her. We have that up there. And there was a reason why I was telling you this. I totally lost track of what I was saying. Why were we cleaning?
Took everything down and put everything back.
Yeah.
Spring cleaning in the fall.
I know, but I had some other thought about it. Shit. That never happens to me. When I lost track of thought.
We were going to do that today too. We're going to put the music on and just clean. I'm much more of a tidier than a cleaner, so.
Well, that's what this was. It was like making space. And once I got going, I went nuts. I went outside on the where we dry the clothes, because Eduardo was like, I don't know where to put this other thing. And he was about to put it in a place to clutter again. And I was like, you know what? I'm like, why don't you just organize the thing outside? He's like, okay. So he goes and he's just standing there, like, I guess, looking and visualizing. I'm like, no. I got in there. I'm like, let me do it. Because once you're in the mode of doing it, I'm like, let me take over. Took me I couldn't stop. I was like on step stools. I was going crazy.
That's what's happening here today.
What room are you tackling?
The whole house.
Oh, well,
right?
Oh, I know. I know why I told you this. Sorry, I just realized what it was. So while I was going through the closet, I found all these I'm all about throwing stuff out. I just can't stand clutter and things. Loads of board games and puzzles that are too babyish or whatever. We're done with. So I was like, you know what? I could just throw this out on the curb and someone can take it, or I could put it in what we have is called Wallapop. It's kind of like a Craigslist. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make it really cheap, like $3 per game. I think there were 4 things, or they could take the whole lot for 10. I figure it's just a couple of bucks, whatever. I got this woman is like back and forth, but when you find somebody that wants to, and then they make it impossible. They're like, well, where are you? Where can I meet you? What day?
This is like the story of our life, like trying to get rid of things. And that's why we went to the stoop sale, because it was like just no mail or anything. We just sit outside with our stuff if anybody wanted to buy our crap. Because Ronnie had like gotten his eBay account going for his comic book stuff. And he's like, well, we could put up other stuff, but it's just.
Yeah, because I'm not shipping any of it. I just said that, okay, I said where I lived, the neighborhood, and then they write comments like, oh, yeah, right, I'm going there. Like that kind of thing. Like, okay, don't come. Well, I also work in the middle of the city. I could meet you one day. Okay, just tell me what day. Okay, so I go, how about Wednesday at 12? Impossible, writes back. I'm like, this is not going to happen. Why don't you just tell me when you can meet?
Why don't you just tell me what movie you want?
Just tell me the name of the stuff you want to see. So I was like, and insisting that it be at the train station, like the main train station. I'm like, why does it have to be there? It just winds up being, what? I think for spite, right. I'll put it on the sidewalk. Let somebody walk by and pick it up.
This is like the whole remember you telling the story about having the garage sale when you were younger. It's like no return policy. You have to say that. You have to say, listen, no returns. Take it. That's it. We're done.
Well, wait, listen. So Eduardo told me that this website, which I've actually did sell things off of it when we first moved to this house, the guy that lived here before left all his things. It was atrocious. Most of the stuff we threw away, but there were like space heaters, things that I would never use that I thought I could. I mean, I did. I got like $10 here, $20 there, and no one's coming up into the house. I'll go down and outside, that kind of thing. But he told me, I guess because I don't use this site and he does, that actually they have a 5-day grace period, that if you sell something that's like broken or doesn't fit the description, they have the right to return it. I'm like, what? Oh, forget this.
You didn't read the fine print on
I didn't,
that.
the terms and conditions, I just checked it. I'm not going to go and, there's a piece of the 500-piece puzzle missing. Sure, I'll meet you in Atocha with your $3. Like, are you kidding me?
That's hilarious.
5-day policy.
Okay. Plant time? You want to see a plant?
Yes. Welcome to the jungle.
This is my concrete jungle. Okay, I'm going to show you this plant because you can't see the, can you see the stick right here?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, this is the thing about plants that I didn't want to, what I've decided is this is the plants have of my interior design that like I didn't have that part, you know, I didn't really have a lot of plants. Now I'm like designing with plants and like where do plants go in my interior, you know, like all like I just want to take pictures. But I also didn't want to stake them or I wanted to find some kind of solution where if they have to get staked, it's like being hidden or something. And I'm still kind of like annoyed by staking plants. Like, I just think it looks weird. But.
Well, I will say this, it does kind of blend in with the way you had it, blends in with the back of the shelving.
Because it's green, and it's I had it, this was the tomato stake from the backyard. Okay, so this, I'm going to pick
I can't see the plant. I can only see.
I'm going to bring it closer. Okay, so I found this little plant store and it's this little Chinese lady and she has tons of like bamboo, succulents. She's got like specific plants and then she's got this huge begonia and it's got polka dots on its leaves. Anyway, there's this huge one in the window.
Cool. Yeah, I see it very well.
See all the polka dots?
I like that.
Okay, so also, you can't really see inside there. There's lots of new leaves.
Oh, I see them.
There's new leaves all over the place. This guy will flower.
Begonias, yeah, they're.
The flower on this thing is so cool. So there's different kinds of begonias. Like there's like really like
pink.
So many different kinds. This is a cane begonia and it kind of like behaves kind of like a bamboo, the way it grows. And then these leaves are just so, I'm obsessed with the polka dots.
Yeah, that's really different.
Look at the polka dots.
You should name the plant begonia because that is a person's name. You can call it that. And not feel bad if anything happens to it. You see?
Which came first, the flower or the name? You know what I'm saying? Like
the flower,
right?
Of course.
Well, so what was cool about this when I went into this shop? There was a huge one of these and flowers. I mean, it branches out. It looks like a big tree and the flowers are pink and they're super delicate and they just randomly will flower every once in a while. And this was like a small little plant, but it was in this very big container. And I don't know if you can see, but like inside, there's one over here. See, there's like little bark, like there's like cut off. Mm-hmm. So this was like a mother plant and it was just one little thing left and she charged me like $10 for it. And all the other little ones were like $6. And she was like, well, I'll give you this for 10. And I looked in and I saw all of those, like it was like a mother plant that she had cut. And I was like, this thing's going to start growing more. And it is, there's already 2 shoots coming out. So this is like, I left it in this big container because I think it's really going to start growing. I love it.
Oh, you have to start monitoring that one. That one looks like, where are you putting that one? Because it's going to get big.
That's where it sits right there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at it again. I'm just obsessed with the polka dots. So
Yeah,
there's another one.
I don't think, do they all have that? I don't think I've ever seen that.
This kind of,
Okay.
so there's this one, it's a Tamaya, and then there's a Begonia Maculata that the leaves are even darker and the polka dots are bigger. It's so cool. So anyway, I think this thing's cool. I'm really into it. And I also like it was only $10 and I'm very, was very much to not spend money on plants. And I'm just loving the ones that I have. I'm not going to buy any more plants, but
You say that every week.
no, I didn't buy one plant this week. I didn't buy one
Oh,
plant.
it looks good. It's looking good in there.
Yeah, I
They're
love this.
all like scattered all over the place, sprinkled around.
I did separate the whale fin.
Cool.
I separated the whale fin. That was a whole thing. And there's definitely new babies. There's even more little ones coming out. It's crazy.
Wow.
So everything's growing. That's the plant update.
Everything's coming up roses over there.
Yeah, all kinds of things. My concrete jungle is keeping me entertained.
All right.
People alive through the winter, so that's where I'm at,
Yeah, you're right at the brink of like the temperature is going to change and you're going to see how these babies behave.
Yeah, I'm worried about the humidity. I need to get a humidifier because it's going to get dry. So.
Yeah, with the heat that they put on, it'll suck it right out.
So, all right, I think that was fun.
Yeah.
Next week, same time, same place.
Same time, same place. Let's see what happens this week.
Yeah, right? We're just kind of in a holding pattern until January 20th. Is that how, is that the... Yeah.
What else can we say? All right. Take care. Bye.